your first instalment of the week of Your Manchester. And boy, oh boy, have we got so much to get through.
Oh, I've heard that one before. Let's get straight into it and welcome Mr. Tony Cooper here from On Bar on the world famous Canal Street.
Now, before we do this interview, which is about the famous trans event known as Sparkle, I have to say I've personally tried contacting the organisers 4 times. And today was good news, everybody. Also, we thought, as we received a response from one of the organisers.
Did you get a text?
I got an email. I got an email from the Chair of Trustees Communication Manager of Sparkles. Her name is Joanne Mason. And I'll just read you the lovely response that we got as a Manchester lovely little channel that promotes most things up and down Manchester. It says, "Hi Belinda." That was nice, wasn't it? Hi. Thanks for contacting Sparkle. Apologies, we have existing agreements with media partners to provide them with exclusive content regarding the Sparkle weekend, and so would be unable to accommodate your request. So, we thought we'd move on to the best thing on the street, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome Mr. Tony Cooper all the way from On Bar. How are you?
I'm all right, Petal.
Are you all right? Now, are you still involved with Sparkle?
No. 2 years. 2 years ago I left.
Right.
I resigned 2 years ago. So.
Okay, because there's been quite a few significant changes over the last 2 years, would you say?
There has. You know, it's a different event. It's a different board of trustees, or a couple of different boards of trustees since I left, and they're taking the event in their own direction. So, you know, more power to them. And there's not a lot I can sort of say.
No, your hands are kind of tied, really.
I know, you talked about some changes then. What do you think about the changes? I know there's a bit of an online debate going on, isn't there?
There is, and do you know what? You're never going to satisfy everybody. You know, people are going to hark back to when I was on the board and Karen Richards and Debbie and Rebecca Fox and everyone else were on the board. We did it differently. They've chose to go in another direction. There is a lot of online discussion at the minute about it. Some people are happy with the direction they've chose. Some people really aren't. You know, there's a lot of stuff about communication issues and stuff like that. You know, they've lost some trustees. There's been a change of management and stuff. So hopefully they're getting it all together now.
You've always been passionate about this event, though. Why is it you do so much for Sparkle? And indeed the trans community as a whole, really?
Well, I don't do anything for Sparkle anymore.
No.
There, but I do a lot for the trans community. I've been involved in the trans community for a long time. Basically because, you know, 20 odd years ago, a very good friend of mine who was trans unfortunately killed herself because she just couldn't cope. And I've always been passionate since then about trying to help people and trying to help the trans community, you know, as a strong ally of that community.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why it's so important, you think, that, you know, the LGBT should get behind this? Absolutely,
and it's, you know, it's important when you when you look at what the trans community are going through now, and you hark back 50 years ago when they were talking about gay people as having mental health issues, you know, when they were talking about gay people not being allowed in the armed forces, when you talk about you know, gay people are after our children, and all of those arguments, you can see them in the press now about trans people, and you know, they're going through what we went through in the 50s, 60s and 70s as gay people, and you know, the first bottle thrown at the Stonewall riots, which was the start of the gay movement, was thrown by a trans woman. We can't forget that history. We've got to stand with our trans brothers and sisters and say, actually, do you know what? We're not going to put up with this stuff anymore. We're going to stand by your side and help. And that's, you know, that's why you've got to support events like Sparkle, like Trans Pride in Brighton. Make sure their voices are heard with LGBT people and cis people, straight people stood at the side shouting for their cause as well.
And what's On Bar doing this year for Sparkle, if we're allowed to call it that?
Well, over the Sparkle weekend, On Bar, we've got loads happening. We always do loads. So, from The Voice, an award-winning comedian, Jordan Gray, flying in from a massive show in Germany, Ikena Amici, the Whitney Houston, an amazing trans male musician called Husk. He's brilliant. We've got Lee Starr on, we've got Dean Jones, we've got there's some red-haired, can't think of a name. Anyway, some red-haired drag queen.
So it's all going on.
Yeah, it's all
I've heard
going
she's
on.
the best thing going. It's not like you to spit. Now listen, there's that much going on, isn't there? And we're going to put it all on our little website, you think? And you are still behind it all, though, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I massively support Sparkle, the event. I might disagree with the organisers, I might disagree with them, but I will always say the same thing: support the event. Make sure you don't, if you go in that park and have a good time, donate your money. Make sure you put it in that bucket and support the event. But also make sure if it's your event, as as a community, it's your event. So if you find something wrong with it, or you're not happy with something, let the organisers know.
So thank you very much, Mr. Tony Cooper. It is great.
Isn't it just? And if we said Lock 9, many of you would be confused. So here to tell us more about it, we've got John Stopp, and welcome back, Ross George.
What is it then? What is it then? What is, first of all, this Lock 9? Now, I was introduced to this by you. What is Lock 9?
Okay. Lock 9. It's a bit of a misnomer, actually. It's actually called 49.
49.
49 is a local community group.
Yes.
And it does things on the canal in the 9 locks in the centre of Manchester.
So the community can get involved in
Absolutely.
helping. How do the community get involved with doing this then?
Well, they turn up when we do our events,
Right.
which is the easy way of doing it, which is always the second Sunday of the month.
Brilliant.
And we meet down at the Bridgewater Hall down there, or they can phone me, or they can try the Canal River Trust website.
And what do they do when they come and join you for one of these meetings?
Well, there's a number of things that we do. There's a number of social issues which we want to address, and it's our good old friend the litter.
Oh yes.
The rubbish that the world throws in.
Yeah.
And so we systematically go along and try and get the stuff, particularly the stuff in the water.
Yeah.
The stuff on the land is not quite so much of a
Because
problem.
they're lovely, the canals, aren't they? They are lovely. I'd go for a walk every so often. I always walk down the canals because I just like doing it, and not in the way that many people may be thinking either. Before you start thinking it,
Well,
I love it. It's
there
beautiful.
was like a programme recently about great canal journeys, and I think everybody kind of got absorbed in the canal life and the peacefulness of it. And it must be great seeing people come together, but you want more, I suppose, to kind of get involved.
Yeah, but just going back to what you said, yeah, it's a great place to be. It's out in the open. You don't probably think so in the winter when it's.
And I still like it in the winter. I still like it. It's lovely.
But you're on the outside and you meet some great people, and I think you feel that you're doing a bit because you're actually clearing up the litter to make the social of it. But the other thing which we do is that we're interested in making sure the canal's a nice place to come along and visit, and we've got a particular project going on at the moment which is called Greening Up the City.
Right.
And it's literally, if you walk up and down the Canal Street now and you just cast your eye over the side, you'll see all the green stuff that's growing up.
Oh.
And it's floating gardens in there, and so we go out and we put those in, we maintain those, we cut them back with the vegetation which grows quite prolifically in the water. So anything that we can do is to do that. And so when you said to me just now is that what can people do when they come along? What we have to do is we have to find 3 or 4 things for them to do.
Right.
Because not everybody's green-fingered.
No.
Not everybody wants to go around the litter picker all the time and just pick up litter.
No.
So we have to try and mix and match it so that different people can get involved.
Now that sounds lovely, but I think we should probably talk about the antisocial behaviour within the canals as well, shouldn't we? Turning over to you, because it's quite prevalent at the moment, isn't it?
It is quite prevalent. I think the biggest problem we've got there is that there is a lot of antisocial behaviour. When we're going out along cleaning up around the canals, we're finding a lot of pins and syringes along the canals, which again the volunteers don't really want to clean up.
No.
There's obviously issues in terms of seeing the behaviours that are going on.
Yeah.
People going down and fly tipping, dumping rubbish in the canals. How can we stop this?
How do you stop it though? How do you combat something that's basically a free area to roam and go around and...
Well, I think one of the things we do need to look at is improving the CCTV coverage along the canals, and also...
Is there any?
There are some cameras, but not enough, and not connected. So again, it'd be useful if the council would actually start looking at these issues in terms of getting much better coverage of the CCTV along the canal, so that you know, we can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hotspots can be monitored more carefully by Greater Manchester Police.
I think it is as well about education, about people knowing that, you know, there's people like yourself out there really looking after the canals, and then, you know, that respect builds because you think, wow, these are amazing places, and why would we want to drop that?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose for the younger people, they just walk down the canals and they don't really take on board how beautiful and the heritage and the history of it all, do they?
Do you know, some do. I was quite surprised the other Sunday. I was up near Newton Heath, and we get lots of rubbish up there. And of course, if we capture it there, then that tends to stop some of it coming down into the city.
Yeah.
But I was up there with the workboat, and we were just going up again, taking some rubbish out. And somebody came out with their 4 or 5 kids, and they're always quite fascinated by what you do. And I had a net in my hand, and I had a McDonald's thing was in there, and a can, and also a plastic thing. And I just said to them, I said, that's not very nice, is it? I said, what do you do when you do this? Oh, we put it into the bin. And the other one turned around to me, and she was only so high. She said, I've got one of these, and it was a recyclable, reusable water carrier. I thought, how great! Yeah. So there is a message getting through to the young ones. It's just an ongoing exercise.
So what's the ultimate goal then?
What's the ultimate goal?
Yeah, with this lovely thing that you're setting up and the cleaning projects and all that, you just want to see it back to looking.
Just want everybody to come down and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And get involved in it. We run festivals in the summer and encourage people to come down and make use of it. We're thinking about doing things like getting paddle boards out in the centre of Manchester and things like kayaking. Bit of a challenge because there's not much space between the locks in Manchester.
No.
But, it's all things like that. Don't have to be huge, large things, expensive things. It can be quite simple to do. But of course, the thing that stops us doing all of this is we just need more people.
Yeah.
It's really difficult getting people to come down.
And I have to say, I get really inspired with things that are outdoor projects because we get ourselves indoors all the time on digital things, and I think something like this actually is quite refreshing.
And there's heritage as well, our
It
canals,
is,
you
and
know.
getting my kids involved. I'll be coming down to the canals.
Maybe we'll go down there.
Okay.
We'll go down.
All right.
We'll come down. Yeah, we'll do that, definitely.
Definitely you will.
But we're going to have to wrap it up now, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's anything else you wanted to cover and what we're covering next time you're here? Quickly tell us.
I don't know yet.
Okay, then we'll figure that one out.
He's always got
However,
something to
I would say that we do need, obviously the Canal and River Trust do need donations to keep going, to keep funding.
So
stuff
funding,
as well.
people,
So
community,
yeah.
all coming together.
Coming
Businesses.
together. Businesses getting
The
involved.
really important
Really
thing
important
is
thing.
getting the people out.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, donations are always welcome and great, thank you very much. But it really is getting the people out there, let them get involved and do things. And we try and keep the projects small so that when they walk away after 2 or 3 hours, they've achieved something.
Well, you've got your next litter picker.
I love litter picking. I love it. It's very therapeutic.
Right,
Right, thank you. Right then, well, big thank you to Mr. John Stopp and of course our Russ George, who's going to be coming back many, many times as we tackle and look at some of the wonderful issues that come to us here in Manchester.
Yes, but we're going over to the sports corner now.
Well, you better start running then.
I will.
All right then, here we go. Here we are, titters, we're here for you. We got you. I heard there was eating challenges afoot.
There are. We've got challenges from around the world, and just in case it's a bit messy,
Yes.
I brought me napkin.
I love it. It's very Italian.
Isn't it?
Did you nick it from a restaurant?
No, it was an off-cut from Gillian's.
Ah.
She's a lovely lady.
I know.
She looks after me.
I'm excited for this.
I am. What are you telling us all about?
Right, well, when we started last week,
Mm-hmm.
we suggested the competitive eating, so I thought America.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always think of people like Ellie Mae and Jethro type
Yeah.
people, mid-America. So
The
anyway,
clam pits.
yeah, and all that. So the first one I came across, it was actually a world record from the 16th of June this year,
Yeah.
and it was a world record for the strawberry shortcake eating championship.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, I've just had cheesecake today.
Mm-hmm.
A full one.
A full cheesecake.
Yeah, I was bored.
And it was won by eating a record amount of 22 pounds of strawberry shortcake in 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
You see, as you go through these, all I'm thinking in my brain is I would love to give an eating challenge a good go.
It's what
I once, just to let everybody know, back when I was at college, won an eating contest, eating a full family bucket at KFC. Sweet corn coleslaw, the lot, and the drink.
Did you have to do it in a time?
Yeah, 30 minutes. It was gone. The only struggle was the big bottle of Coke that came with it. I was fizzing inside.
Oh, I just think of the stomach ache. Afterwards, you'd be like, ah, no, you know, it tastes good, but then after?
Oh, I thought these challenges, they're
Could you do them?
bonkers. Oh no, I have to share a portion of fish and chips at my age.
At his age.
Yeah.
I hope
So what
I
else
never
have we
get to
got?
that
What are the
age.
challenges then?
Right, well, moving on to America, I looked
Yes.
a little bit closer to home.
Where?
It's the FFUK
Pardon?
chili eating.
Chili's.
Yeah, and it's based in Brighton.
What's it measured in chilies?
Oh,
Is it the
it's something like a Richter scale, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like
Yes,
that.
but it does have a
Yeah.
scale.
Scale.
Yeah, no, but it's
yeah,
like-
but the
That's a
equivalent.
volcano.
Yeah, but
I know, have you tried one?
I bet it
You're
looks
rich.
like it by the end of the day. And I tell you. Yes.
Someone mentioned it the other day, and I can't remember what the word was, but yes, it's like a Richter scale.
Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
is the thing that you've got to have the hottest, or is it how many chilies
going
you
to
can eat?
Google it while
we're
we're
going
here.
to Google it while we're here.
You
Right.
carry on.
Well, basically, every year there is a chili exhibition in Brighton in September. And as a side thing, besides having best chili in different sizes and different categories, they have a 2-day competition, which is an eating competition of who can eat the most chilies.
Wow.
But
It's called the
sorry.
Scoville scale.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Scale?
Yes, I found that in Wikipedia.
Lovely.
That's your favourite place, Wikipedia.
It is. It's my other
It
world.
is. I bet they drink a lot of milk because apparently, if you have a chili,
Got to drink milk.
yeah, you do. The milk cools your tongue and your mouth down.
Does
It
it
takes
really?
it takes the sting away. Yeah.
So if there's any of our viewers out there who would like to go along to this competition,
When's it on?
it's on the 15th and 16th of September.
Where?
It's on in Brighton.
Oh, in Brighton.
I see a
Yeah.
road
Oh,
trip.
it's about
going on.
time they have something hot in there, isn't it? I've been there many a time. It's rougher than marching on a Monday morning, I tell you, honestly.
But yeah, so it's on those. But before you actually register,
Yeah.
you have to read the do's and don'ts of there's a health warning
Yeah.
and the side effects of all the chilies. And I believe it's a competition you only ever enter once. And nobody
Oh,
wants to.
really?
Oh, so there's no like people that have been going for years going, woo, woo, I did that one.
No, I think it's a one-off.
Is it a Scotch bonnet, the hottest one?
Yes, it is. I know that. Yeah, yeah.
It's a little orange one. It looks like my head. I'm a Scotch bonnet.
Well,
Yes. Go on, carry
yeah,
on.
moving on, and then moving over to China.
Crikey, we get
yes,
everywhere,
there's a-
don't we?
Oh, we do.
What do
And
they
it
eat
was
in
just
China?
There's a gentleman on YouTube
Yeah.
who had a competition with his 2 golden retrievers
Not
Not
eating
eating
them.
What?
a bowl of noodles. So it's a labradoodle competition, and
I thought you meant they were going to eat the...
no, they weren't going to eat the dogs.
'Cause they
no,
do.
He challenged his dogs to
Yeah.
They do,
a
you know.
competition for noodles.
I've seen a chihuahua disappear into a microwave before now, you know, in China.
Oh, don't.
Honestly.
Oh, I thought it's just that it'd been washed and.
No, it weren't a very nice place. In fact, it's fair to say it was a bit woof.
I'm not even going to say how they come up with the idea of like competing against the dogs, but out of interest, did the dogs win?
The first dog did. The other one wasn't interested, and the bloke came a poor second, really.
So it's
But
the dog versus the bloke.
Yeah, and the,
And
other
the
one
dog
was
bloke.
like-
The dog-
and the
the
second
dog
dog
won.
wasn't. Yeah. It's just one of those
It
little
is.
numbers.
Anything nearer to home?
Well, there is. But
Go on.
Before I go, there was a dumpling competition. Dumpling eating.
I won.
competition. However, sadly, as the lady was going up to win.
Oh no, there's not bad news,
bad
folks.
news, yeah. She sadly had a heart attack and died.
Oh, no.
So I'll gloss over that one because actually they were then Chinese style dumplings as opposed to the proper dumplings.
Really on a
Like you
proper
get with
downer?
stew and dumplings.
Just put you on a downer. Not really, no. More food for everybody else that stayed around that day.
The positive. And finally,
Yes.
your hometown,
Go on.
Wigan.
Yay!
And they sent a pie into space. You know, like you can send little things up into.
Are you winding me up?
No, well, I don't know whether it was Wikipedia, but it was.
It's not a Wiganer would let a pie go anywhere, never mind into space.
No, like you send these things of your area in this episode. If there's any aliens out there,
Come across the
From a
meat and
Wigan.
tater.
I know.
Let us know.
yeah, to boldly go where no pie has been before.
Oh, I'll be near Uranus by now, won't it?
Or out of it, yeah.
Oh,
And it was the team behind the World Championship Pie Eating
Uh.
Competition, which is held at Harry's Bar,
Oh.
right?
Oh, they do lovely pies there, you know. Not as nice as yours, I might just add.
Oh,
Because
right.
you've got a pie shop, haven't you?
I have, yes.
I've not been to his pie shop yet.
Well, we'll turn
I'll
up.
have to turn up with the camera.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
have to clean up that day, won't I?
Oh.
Have to put my best penny on. For that
Well,
one.
you know, this
Yeah.
has been insightful. I think this has been the best sports corner that I knew. I've enjoyed this one.
Yep. And if you want to take part in the
Is
World
there a pie
Champion-
competition?
Yeah,
Still?
annually, yeah.
I might enter it this
Right.
year, you know. How many do I have to eat?
It's on in mid-December. Well, I don't know.
How many
As
could
many as
it-
there are.
Oh.
Now, the
Couldn't eat cheese and
records,
onion, though.
unfortunately, the results for 2014
Yeah.
contest, they were null and void. There was a winner because I ate the most, but unfortunately, someone had ordered the wrong size pies, and they'd been baked the wrong size and delivered.
Oh, so
incorrect.
Bigger
they
or
weren't
smaller?
validated.
So they didn't be validated for the competition. So the winner that year wouldn't get into the.
So there's a
record.
certain
You've got
circumference
to
for a
be-
pie, is
yeah.
there?
Oh, serious
Certainly.
stuff this, isn't it?
It is.
So if you fancy any of that, mid-December, because there's not a lot going on in mid-December, is there?
No, do you know what I fancy now?
Right.
Food. And we're going to have to wrap it up, but thank you. Same a challenge for next week. Go on.
Well, I wanted to say ta-ta titters, but I don't know next week. I don't know how you top that one. What about, oh, we've done wrestling. I was going to say mud wrestling.
Right, well, something about, what
About-
about ladies? They've done
Roller derby?
roller derby, give it a whirl.
Oh.
Anything on skates.
Skates, yes.
Skates.
Anything on skates.
Anything to do with skates.
Skating on thin ice.
I
Yes.
used to
Again.
skate to Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You, Glenn
1988.
Yes.
Oh, hey. Nothing's gonna
Gonna
change my love for you. You
You
wanna know my love, how much I love you. One thing. Alright, we stopped. Okay, well, thanks, titters. Go
It's
on.
been a pleasure, but I hope you're going to have subtitles under that.
What? No, just random food emojis.
All right, fair
Now,
enough.
ta-ta. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, we are going to be back on Thursday with more hard-hitting topics, plus a little word from Mamma Mia.
Plus our, I like that.
Here we go.
Plus our guru from the makeup world, Jeffrey, brings us. You're singing and dancing today. You have loved it. Brings us the perfect cut crease, and Hayley goes cobble crazy.
Oh, she always crazy. All this and more next time on
Your Manchester.